August, South Africa will host the leaders of Brazil, Russia, India, and China, and South Africa, of course.
Yeah, and all those 5 countries will be continuing to switch away from the U.S. dollar. Senior financial planner Alex Zarka with Zarka Financial here to explain the ins and outs of the group's potential switch to a new currency, what this all means for all of us, too.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event. And now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, guys, we have Bitcoin, cryptos, and stocks pulling back. And all we have to do is look at the indicators. But what is the mainstream media going to do? We see that they're blaming China. Guys, we've seen this movie before. But not only are we seeing cracks in the economy, we're starting to see holes. Guys, these interest rates for longer is beating down the global economy, but we know it's being done on purpose. Now, will Bitcoin hit 100,000 before the 2024 halving? Some say yes, some say no. What does the crypto teacher teach you? Follow the Fed. You don't have to guess if you follow the Fed. Now, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which we see are spiking, and of course, that's going to hurt the stock market, especially these tech stocks, which are inflated. And then we have the dollar pulling back slightly. We have volume in crypto slightly up. We have Tether, USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $1.79 trillion yesterday. And we know the central banks are raising rates and run off the balance sheet in order to destroy this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. Whether robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And guys, while we've been getting bad news out of China, we know China has used Hong Kong to flip when it comes to crypto. Now we have Singapore lays out the rules for crypto, and we know Singapore has definitely been leading this digital transformation, but says that 3-day rule is in apply for stable coins. And of course, guys, that's going to change. We know they're going to start it off as the same, but we know real-time settlement can be done. And then we have Zimbabwe's central bank close to introduce a gold-backed digital token into retail. And guys, with this new digital economy, we know gold and silver and all these commodities are not going anywhere. They're just going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale sent about $24.5 billion yesterday. And then we have the SEC delays set deadline for Bitcoin spot ETF approval to March of 2024. But guys, we know after the Grayscale case, we know anything can happen. But on the flip side, guys, we have the EU gets its first Bitcoin ETF on Euronext Amsterdam exchange. And guys, we know Canada has several. Now we have the EU. And we know the United States is behind on purpose. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Say Mainnet is live after testnet and sees more than 7.5 million wallets created. And guys, we know it says it's the fastest layer 1 and it's the future of trading. And if it lives up to what it says, we know the NASDAQ, ICE, New York Stock Exchange would start integrating. Now we have immutable ZK EVM begins testnet phase with 12 Web3 games in development. And we know gaming is going to be used in order to get the millennials and Generation Z inside the metaverse, making money playing games. And we know these games are going to become even more in reality. Now we have Take-Two subsidiary Zynga is launching SugarTown that's using Ethereum to get access. And guys, gaming is also another way of learning the space without even knowing it. Now we have another DeFi protocol on Base. We have Compound is now live. And then lastly, guys, we have the FDIC says cryptocurrency activities pose a risk to the United States banking system. And guys, we know this is all part of the plan. You know I've shown you the video. This was planned 10 years ago, and we have Jay Clayton right in the video. Even though crypto is the future, they're going to use crypto to take the blame. We know these banks cannot survive with real-time settlement. Remember, the banks are fee-based. That's the old model. Guys, you're only going to have a few banks that control everything. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, BitChute, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York. From COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.